శ్రీ శ్రీనివాస ఫ్యామిలీ రెస్టారెంట్ మరియు డాబా, రాజమండ్రి టు అన్నవరం రోడ్, NH16, భారత్ పెట్రోల్ బంక్ పక్కన, తాళ్లూరు, గండేపల్లి మండలం. మిక్స్డ్ వెజ్ కర్రీ, కాజు మసాలా, పన్నీర్ మసాలా, కాజు పన్నీర్, మేథీ చమన్, గ్రీన్ పీస్ బటానీ, చికెన్ బోన్ కర్రీ, చికెన్ బోన్లెస్ కర్రీ, కాజు బోన్లెస్ చికెన్ కర్రీ, కడాయి చికెన్ కర్రీ, ఎగ్ బుజ్జి, ఎగ్ కీమా, ఎగ్ మసాలా, చికెన్ ఫ్రై బిర్యానీ, చికెన్ మొగలాయ్ బిర్యానీ, బాస్మతి చికెన్ ఫ్రైడ్ రైస్, బాస్మతి ఎగ్ ఫ్రైడ్ రైస్, బాస్మతి వెజ్ ఫ్రైడ్ రైస్, చికెన్ మొగలాయ్, చిల్లీ చికెన్, చికెన్ మ్యాజిక్, కాజు మష్రూమ్ కర్రీ, పన్నీర్ మష్రూమ్ కర్రీ, మష్రూమ్ మసాలా కర్రీ.
అన్నీ అయితే చాలా బాగున్నాయి. ఇప్పుడే బిర్యానీ ఆర్డర్ చేసాం. బిర్యానీ కూడా వడ్డించుకుని టేస్ట్ చేద్దాం, ఎలా ఉందో మీకు చెప్తాం. బిర్యానీ ఆర్డర్ చేశాను, బిర్యానీ కూడా వచ్చింది వేడివేడిగా. టేస్ట్ చేసి ఎలా ఉందో మీకు తెలియజేస్తాను. ఇప్పుడే బిర్యానీ తింటున్నాం. జీడిపప్పు నాకు బాగుంది. రైస్ కూడా బాస్మతి. టేస్ట్ అయితే అదిరిపోతుంది. భయ్యా ఎలా ఉంది?
టేస్ట్ అయితే చాలా బాగుంది. అదిరిపోయింది. అంటే మనకి ఇక్కడ చగపల్లి అయితే ఇలాంటి తాళ్ళలో కూడా తినలేదు, మనం
ఎక్కడ తినలేదు. చాలా బాగా
అదిరిపోయింది.
అలాగే ఇప్పుడు
చికెన్ ఫ్రై
గ్రేవ్తో
మనం ఒకటి ఆర్డర్ పెట్టాం. అది వచ్చిందేమో టేస్ట్ చూసి చెప్తాం.
ఓకేనా? చికెన్ ఫ్రై తీసుకున్నాం, ఇప్పుడు ఆర్డర్ చేసాం. టేస్ట్ ఎలా చెప్తున్నాను. అదిరిందండి, చాలా బాగుంది. ఫ్రై గానే ఇంత గ్రేవ్తో ఉంది కాబట్టి ఎక్సలెంట్ గా బాగుంది. ఇప్పుడే ఆర్డర్ చేసాం. రోటీలోకి ఎక్క కర్రీ. ఇది టేస్ట్ ఎలా ఉందో చూస్తాం. తమ్ముడు అదే చూడరా. చక్కరి
చాలా బాగా ఉంది. అంటే మనకు చెప్పలేము, అంత బాగా ఉంది.
ఎగ్ వేసాడు, ఇందులో జీడిపప్పు వేసారు. ఎక్సలెంట్ గా ఉందండి. ఎన్ని రోటీలైనా చేయాలి తినచ్చు దీంతో. అలాగా లాలీపాప్ ప్లేట్ ఆర్డర్ పెట్టాం. లాలీపాప్ ఫ్రెష్ ఆర్డర్ పెట్టాం.
లాలీపాప్ అయితే చూడడానికి చాలా బాగుంది. టేస్ట్ చూస్తే ఎలా ఉంటుందో చెప్తావు సార్.
చూడడానికి ఎక్సలెంట్ గా ఉంది, కానీ టేస్ట్ చెప్తాం. ముందు రోటీ అయిపోయిన తర్వాత దీని టేస్ట్ చూస్తాం. ఓకే? లాలీపాప్ టేస్ట్ చేయబోతున్నాం. ఎలా ఉందో మీకు చేసి చూసి చెప్తాం. నోట్లో పెట్టుకుంటే కరిగిపోయిందండి. చాలా బాగుంది. మీరు ఎవరికైనా మంచి టేస్ట్ ఫుడ్ కావాలనుకుంటే తాళ్ళూరు దగ్గర ఉన్నటువంటి శ్రీనివాస ఫ్యామిలీ రెస్టారెంట్కి వచ్చి టేస్ట్ చేయవలసిందిగా తెలియజేస్తున్నాం. నేను తిన్నాం, పరిపాలన తిన్నాం, బాగుంది, ఎక్సలెంట్ గా ఉంది. ఇందులో ఆయిల్ కూడా తక్కువగా ఉన్నాయి, మంచి క్వాలిటీ ఆయిల్ వాడుతున్నారు, అన్ని కూడా చాలా పెర్ఫెక్ట్ గా ఉన్నాయి. మీరందరూ ఈ తాళ్ళూరు శ్రీనివాస ఫ్యామిలీ రెస్టారెంట్ కి రావాల్సిందిగా.
Conductors and handover of the Framework Agreement on International Big Excellencies. We will now proceed with the exchange of 4 documents and submission of a report. For the exchange of the first 3 documents, Foreign Affairs of Malaysia, and Secretary is for the Ministry of External Affairs of India. The documents are MOC on promoting social security program and activities for Indian citizens as insured person in Malaysia, exchange of notes on cooperation in vocational education and training, and exchange of notes on security cooperation. Thank you, Your Excellency, and Berbahagia Datuk Seri, please remain in place. May I invite the High Commissioner of India to Malaysia for the exchange of notes on cooperation of healthcare. May I invite both co-chairs for the Malaysia-India CEO Forum to submit the 10th Malaysia-India CEO Forum joint statement to the Secretary General and the High Commissioner of India. Thank you, Excellencies. With the statement, Honorable Prime Minister of Malaysia.
Terima kasih. Thank you, Excellency Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. We have said yesterday and also in our bilateral sessions this morning that we consider this meeting and these exchanges very vital, very strategic and critical to advance and enhance relations between India and Malaysia. Of course, we had long-standing relations since 1957, but we have elevated it to comprehensive strategic partnership in 2024. The deep historical ties, strong people-to-people linkages, and ever-expanding economic cooperation. We'll continue to deepen collaboration in all fields: trade and investment, semiconductor, digital economy, trade in local currency, connectivity, energy, agriculture, food security, defense, education security, TVET, including through our center at the University of Malaya, healthcare, tourism, culture, and people to people. It is really comprehensive, and we believe that we can advance this and execute in a speedy manner with the commitment of our both governments, both foreign ministers. And we have seen also the exchanges of 11 documents, including MOUs, in an exchange of letters, which extended beyond normal bilateral arrangements, because we have covered even peacekeeping cooperation on semiconductor, healthcare, and security cooperation. trade, of course, it has to further extend. I mean, India is growing by leaps and bounds. There's one spectacular rise in the international economic and trade scene, and therefore Malaysia, in the ASEAN context, would certainly benefit immensely if we could secure more ways and opportunities to collaborate with India, to extending beyond the $18.59 billion that we achieved in 2025. And one remarkable feat is this decision to use local currency as far as possible. And Bank Negara Malaysia and CBI has worked on this area for ringgit Malaysia and rupee in bilateral trade and investment. Similarly, in the digital connectivity, energy and semiconductor. Well, education remains pivotal. Many Malaysians were educated in India, and there is a growing number of Indian students in Malaysia too. But since the last decade or so, under the premiership of my good friend Prime Minister Modi ji, you have seen the spectacular recognition of Indian centers of excellence, education. There's not only comparable, but many of them have achieved outstanding recognition beyond the known institutions in the West. And therefore, we would certainly explore this to increase the number of students in selected disciplines and fields to study in India. Tourism and connectivity is, of course, an area that we will have to give more emphasis. We have seen this spectacular increase during the past year, and we hope to benefit from Malaysia through Asia and incredible India through visa liberalization and increase air connectivity, and to see the spectacle. And I've been in India, I don't know, umpteen times, and covered hundreds of places, and I still think that I've not covered India. It's too huge, Prime Minister. And it's amazing country to visit, to learn the history, the culture, the arts, other than the new advancement in the technology, new technology and IT. In terms of regional and international issues, I must express my appreciation, because in my discussions with Prime Minister Modi, it is not just an normal pious platitudes and diplomatic exchanges. It is exchange between true friends, full of trust and understanding. And therefore, I must also take this opportunity to express my regards and thanks to him for his firm commitment to support all peace efforts throughout the world, be it in Ukraine, Russia, or in the case of the Middle East, and particularly in Gaza. His commitment to support the peace process is unequivocal. And I must therefore express my appreciation. And as a sign of our good relations, I immediately have agreed to support the decision of the government of India to open a consulate of India in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah. Thank you again, Prime Minister.
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. May I invite the Honorable Prime Minister of India to deliver his statement.
Your Excellency, प्राइम मिनिस्टर अनवर इब्राहिम, दोनों देशों के डेलीगेट्स, मीडिया के साथियों, नमस्कार। सलामत पागी। सबसे पहले मैं अपने करीबी मित्र प्राइम मिनिस्टर अनवर इब्राहिम का गर्मजोशी भरे स्वागत के लिए हृदय से आभार व्यक्त करता हूं। पिछले वर्ष मैं आसियान समिट के लिए मलेशिया की यात्रा नहीं कर पाया, लेकिन मैंने मेरे प्रिय मित्र को वादा किया था कि मैं जल्द से जल्द मलेशिया आऊंगा, और आज वर्ष 2026 की पहली विदेश यात्रा में मैं मलेशिया आया हूं। फ्रेंड्स, भारत और मलेशिया के संबंध बहुत विशेष हैं। हम मैरीटाइम नेबर्स हैं। सदियों से हमारे लोगों के बीच गहरे और आत्मीय रिश्ते रहे हैं। आज मलेशिया भारतीय मूल की आबादी वाला दुनिया का दूसरा सबसे बड़ा देश है। हमारी सभ्यताएं, साझा सांस्कृतिक विरासत और लोकतांत्रिक मूल्यों से जुड़ी हुई है। फ्रेंड्स, पिछले कुछ वर्षों में हमारे संबंधों ने एक नई रफ्तार पकड़ी है, और इसमें मेरे मित्र प्रधानमंत्री अनवर इब्राहिम का विशेष योगदान है। हमारे बीच एनर्जी, इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर और मैन्युफैक्चरिंग में सहयोग बहुत मजबूत हुआ है। डिजिटल इकोनॉमी, बायोटेक और आईटी में आपसी इन्वेस्टमेंट बढ़ा है। टूरिज्म और पीपल टू पीपल टाइज भी गहरे हुए हैं। इन्हीं उपलब्धियों से प्रेरित होकर आज हमने हमारी साझेदारी में अभूतपूर्व गति और गहराई लाने का निर्णय लिया है। फ्रेंड, सिक्योरिटी के क्षेत्र में हम काउंटर टेररिज्म, इंटेलिजेंस शेयरिंग और मैरीटाइम सिक्योरिटी में सहयोग मजबूत करेंगे। हम रक्षा सहयोग को भी और व्यापक बनाएंगे। एआई और डिजिटल टेक्नोलॉजीज के साथ साथ हम सेमीकंडक्टर, हेल्थ और फूड सिक्योरिटी में साझेदारी को आगे बढ़ाएंगे। आज आयोजित सीईओ फोरम ने ट्रेड और इन्वेस्टमेंट के नए अवसर खोले हैं। हम स्ट्रेटेजिक ट्रस्ट से इकोनॉमिक ट्रांसफॉर्मेशन का रास्ता बनाएंगे। फ्रेंड्स, कल मुझे मलेशिया के भारतीय प्रवासियों से मिलने का मौका मिला। अपनी उपस्थिति से मेरे मित्र प्राइम मिनिस्टर अनवर इब्राहिम ने भी इस सम्मेलन का गौरव बढ़ाया। 30 लाख प्रवासियों का यह लिविंग ब्रिज हमारी बहुत बड़ी शक्ति है। उनके वेलफेयर के लिए उठाए गए कदम हमारे रिश्तों को मानवीय आधार देते हैं। मलेशिया में भारत के वर्कर्स के संरक्षण के लिए सोशल सिक्योरिटी एग्रीमेंट, टूरिज्म के लिए ग्रेटिस ई-वीजा और डिजिटल इंटरफेस यूपीआई का मलेशिया में लागू होना, ये सभी कदम दोनों देशों के नागरिकों के जीवन को सरल बनाएंगे। क्योंकि कोई भी पार्टनरशिप तभी ताकत से सफल होती है जब लाभ सीधे लोगों तक पहुंचे। फ्रेंड्स, भारत और मलेशिया को तमिल भाषा के प्रति साझा प्रेम भी जोड़ता है। मलेशिया में तमिल की मजबूत और जीवंत उपस्थिति शिक्षा, मीडिया और सांस्कृतिक जीवन में दिखाई देती है। मुझे भरोसा है कि आज के ऑडियो विजुअल एग्रीमेंट से फिल्म और संगीत, विशेष रूप से तमिल फिल्में, हमारे दिलों को और पास लाएगी। हम अपने युवाओं के बीच यूनिवर्सिटी एक्सचेंज, स्टार्टअप कनेक्ट और स्किल डेवलपमेंट के अवसर भी बढ़ा रहे हैं। हमारे बढ़ते संबंधों को सपोर्ट करने के लिए हम मलेशिया में नया कॉन्सुलेट भी खोलने जा रहे हैं। फ्रेंड्स, इंडो पैसिफिक क्षेत्र के विश्व की ग्रोथ इंजन के रूप में ये उभर रहा है। हम आसियान के साथ पूरे इंडो पैसिफिक क्षेत्र में विकास, शांति और स्थिरता के लिए प्रतिबद्ध है। भारत आसियान सेंट्रलिटी को प्राथमिकता देता है। मलेशिया की सफल आसियान अध्यक्षता के लिए मैं एक बार फिर आपको बहुत बहुत बधाई देता हूं। मलेशिया जैसे मित्र देशों के सहयोग से भारत आसियान के साथ अपने संबंधों को व्यापक बनाएगा। हम इस बात पर सहमत हैं कि आसियान भारत व्यापार समझौते आईटीका की समीक्षा शीघ्र ही पूरी हो जानी चाहिए। फ्रेंड्स, आज हमने क्षेत्रीय और वैश्विक मुद्दों पर भी सार्थक चर्चा की। वैश्विक अस्थिरता के इस माहौल में भारत और मलेशिया की बढ़ती मित्रता दोनों देशों के लिए अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण है। हमारा साझा मत है कि आज के चैलेंजेस का समाधान करने के लिए ग्लोबल इंस्टीट्यूशंस का रिफॉर्म बहुत जरूरी है। हम शांति के सभी प्रयासों का समर्थन करते रहेंगे और आतंकवाद पर हमारा संदेश स्पष्ट है। नो डबल स्टैंडर्ड्स, नो कॉम्प्रोमाइज। एक्सेलेंसी, भारत मलेशिया संबंधों के प्रति आपकी प्रतिबद्धता का हम सराहना करते हैं। आइए हम साथ मिलकर प्रॉस्परस मलेशिया का आपका सपना और विकसित भारत के हमारे संकल्प को साकार करें। एक बार फिर आपकी मित्रता, आपके गर्मजोशी भरे स्वागत और आतिथ्य के लिए बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। हम आपको भारत में स्वागत करने के लिए उत्सुक है। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद। जुम्पा लागी।
Thank you, Honorable Prime Minister. Now concluded our joint press conference. We kindly request both leaders to remain in the hall while the rest of the delegation
Thank you. Request all the guests to kindly be seated. May I respectfully request both Honorable Prime Ministers to kindly take their seats in the front row.
Respected Prime Ministers, ladies and gentlemen, we now present Swagadam, a grand, large-scale choreographed classical Indian dances and folk dances presented by about 800 Malaysian and Indian dancers from reputed dance academies of Malaysia, specially curated as a welcome to the Honorable Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji and Honorable Prime Minister of Malaysia, Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim. The performance showcases a vibrant tapestry of Indian classical and folk tradition, including Bharatanatyam, Odissi, Kathak, Kathakali, Mohiniyattam, Kuchipudi, Yakshagana, Lavani, Punjabi, Tamil, and Rajasthani folk dances, showcasing the rich cultural heritage of India and Malaysia.
Distinguished guests, the moment we all have eagerly waiting has come. We will now have the address of Honorable Prime Minister of Malaysia and India. I now have the honor of inviting His Excellency, the Honorable Yang Amat Berhormat Datuk Sri Anwar Ibrahim, Prime Minister of Malaysia, to kindly address the distinguished gathering.
Terima kasih. Pada petang ini saya sangat sukacita dan gembira kerana sahabat saya, Perdana Menteri Narendra Modi India bersama-sama kita. Prime Minister Modi, Ministers, Excellencies, we can sense the excitement, the affection displayed today, not only from the dancers but all present. How our two friends, two great countries, and me and you, Prime Minister Modi, it was a real honor. And as I told you in the car, that I am personally very excited, very thankful, very appreciative that I have a great friend from India joining us in Malaysia. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, this gathering recognizes something deep and enduring between two nations. Long before there were embassies and trade agreements, long before there were nation states, traders, scholars, and sailors across the Indian Ocean between the subcontinent, Indian subcontinent, and the Malay archipelago. Consider the Bali Yatra, one of the oldest maritime commemorations observed in India. It honors that the ancient seafarers who set out from the eastern coast of India for the ports of Southeast Asia some 2,000 years ago. Guided by the monsoon winds, they made harbor along the Malay Peninsula, bringing spices, textiles, and precious goods. In the centuries that followed, Indians came to Malaysia in great numbers to work in the plantations, to build railways and ports, to staff hospitals, schools, and government offices. They helped clear the interiors. They laid rail tracks linking towns to the coast. Alongside their Malay and Chinese neighbors, they helped build the foundation of a great Malaysian economy. And Prime Minister Modi ji, let me assure you, when Malaysia embarked on the great project of building a nation from its diversity, the Indian community, my brothers and sisters, was an integral partner in that journey. Like many of us, I grew up with neighbors, teachers, and colleagues from the Indian community whose dedication shaped everyday life. We went to school together, played sports together, and celebrated festivals together. That is how nations are truly built. Not through grand policies alone, but in the classrooms, in workplaces, and in our shared life. We see Indian heritage in the vibrancy of the life, Little India districts from brickfields to Penang. In Bharatanatyam and Odyssey performed on Malaysian stages. We see in our music, in the rhythm, some of the songs familiar to you because I did sing in front of you. Our cinema, literature, food, where Indian, Malay, Chinese, and indigenous traditions have come together into something unmistakably ours. Diwali, Thaipusam are now celebrations for all Malaysians. They bring light, color, and meaning to our national life. Since our independence in 1957, our relationship has steadily expanded. And I am proud to note that in recent years, Malaysia-India relations have gained renewed momentum in economic cooperation, in digital engagement, and in the movement of people and ideas between countries. India's Act East policy has placed ASEAN among the primary pillars of its engagement with its wider region. And Malaysia is proud to be part of that framework. And I say this at the personal level. Prime Minister Modi ji, under your premiership, our bond of friendship, both of us as brothers and our two nations have grown much stronger. Thank you. This is not merely a declaratory statement or it produces results. Bilateral trade reached almost $19 billion in 2025. India, Bharat, is among Malaysia's top trading partners, and Malaysia is one of India's leading partners in ASEAN. And it is not only goods that move between us. Palm oil, electronics, manufactured goods, petroleum products, engineering goods, pharmaceutical flow. But in 2025, over 1.5 million Indian visitors came to Malaysia. This has surpassed pre-pandemic levels. Now, as we mark the Visit Malaysia year 2026, and amazingly, Prime Minister Modi ji is one of the first visitors from India. We are now deepening cooperation, the frontiers that will define our century. Semiconductors, advanced manufacturing, digital finance, artificial intelligence, and cybersecurity. Malaysia's established electronics ecosystem and India's expanding market and design capabilities are natural complements. As global supply chains reconfigure, there is real potential to make our region a more resilient and trusted hub for high technology manufacturing. The Malaysia-India Digital Council reflects this shared ambition. The linkage between India's unified payment system, payments interface, and Malaysia's PayNet system will make cross-border payment simpler for businesses, students, and travelers. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, at a time of great uncertainty in the world, our regions need voices that speak for dialogue over confrontation, for cooperation over narrow self-interest. Malaysia and India can be among those voices. Together with Prime Minister Modi, let me reiterate my commitment to deepen cooperation in trade, technology, education, culture, because the worth of partnership, of any partnership between nations, is measured in the end by the difference it makes to the lives of ordinary people. Prime Minister Modi ji, I followed your struggle, your political tribulations, and may I say this, I am fortunate to be a great personal friend of Modi ji of India. So, thank you.
Thank you, Your Excellency. Thank you very much. Ladies and gentlemen, we now have the honor and privilege to invite His Excellency, the Honorable Shri Narendra Modi, Prime Minister of the Republic of India, to address the distinguished gathering.